This is our visit to Montezuma's Castle National Park in Arizona. It's actually our third visit to this park. Our first visit was in 1973, 51 years ago. Here, Woody is helping us with the location of Montezuma's Castle. It's actually about 57 miles directly south of Flagstaff, Arizona. Montezuma Castle National Monument protects a set of well-preserved dwellings located in Camp Verde, Arizona, which was built and used by the Sinagua people, a culture closely related to the Hohokam and other indigenous peoples of the southwestern United States between approximately AD 1100 and 1425. The main structure comprises 5 stories and about 20 rooms and was built over the course of 3 centuries. Neither part of the monument's name is correct. In fact, the dwelling was abandoned more than 40 years before Montezuma was born and was not a castle in the traditional sense, but instead functioned more like a prehistoric high-rise apartment complex. Montezuma Castle is situated about 90 feet up on a sheer limestone cliff facing the adjacent Beaver Creek. It is one of the best preserved cliff dwellings in North America, in part because of its ideal placement in a natural alcove that protects it from exposure to the elements. Access into the structure was most likely permitted by a series of portable ladders, which made it difficult for enemies to penetrate the natural defense of the vertical barrier. This is a diorama of what the castle would have looked like when it was in use. The region's population likely peaked around 1300 AD, with the castle housing between 30 and 50 people in at least 20 rooms. Radiocarbon dates from multiple construction beams show that the cliff dwelling was probably constructed in the middle 1100s AD, with remodeling and additions in the last decades of the 1200s. A neighboring segment of the same cliff wall suggests there was an even larger dwelling around the same time, of which only the stone foundations have survived. Its discovery in 1933 revealed many Sinagua artifacts and greatly increased understanding of their way of life. This is a drawing of the complex. You start with the bottom there. You can see this series of ladders that would have taken a person up to the first floor and then inside or up to the second, third, fourth, and fifth floors. This illustration is actually from a photo I took in 2018 on our second visit to Montezuma's castle. This photo is of the area designated as Castle A. It appears to have accommodated a much larger complex, also with 5 floor levels. On this photo has been added those lines that illustrate the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of the complex that once stood here. And as we've seen in other places, the complex may have been built on the front and then through some cave access, into exterior rooms in the cliff. The multiple photos here, the upper left and the lower right, are of the dwellings that were built along the bottom part of the cliff. Walls would have been built out, as you've seen here in the lower right, and then up, and apartments would have taken advantage of natural caves in the back part of those rooms. The lower left, there are some artifacts here that were shoes that were found in the area. And in the upper right, that's a photo of Montezuma's well. We did not visit this time. That photo was taken 51 years ago, 1973. Montezuma's well is a natural limestone sinkhole measuring about 100 by 120 yards. It also contains these Sinagua dwellings. And in 1947, it was attached to the Montezuma Castle National Monument. We learned at that time when we visited that the water from this well would have been channeled to supply water there at Montezuma's castle as well. These photos were taken in 1973 when we first visited Montezuma's castle. At the time, we were concerned that the site was poorly protected from vandalism. Due to very little human contact since abandonment, Montezuma's castle was well preserved. It was heavily looted in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, though other Sinagua sites have remained more or less intact. In 1973, we were allowed to climb the ladders and explore the rooms in the castle. At that time, there was a visitor center, but at no time did we see a ranger when we made that first visit. On the right, in this one, the photo is traveling companion Teresa riding. These photos were taken in 1973. You can see on the left we had access by ladders into the caves. The top of the ladder is Teresa riding. You can see Carnell in the back there in the middle, and Dorma riding on the right. On the far right, this is Tracy riding. And she's illustrating there, as we were informed, that the doorways, when constructed, were such that a person entering would have to bend over, leaving the back of the head vulnerable to someone who was being attacked. Things have changed. This is a scene from our visit in 2024, where it says this tree has been vandalized. In this area, we met and had a nice conversation with a ranger who was armed and who wore a bulletproof vest. In this time, with the disrespect for such places, the ranger had to be equipped with a gun and a bulletproof vest.